everyone. Good afternoon. It's a beautiful Wednesday afternoon here in California, and it's another episode of Life and Business Hacks with sorry. It's another episode of the Wednesday Give Back series. We chassis everything. So today's topic is I'm trying to put the topic for today in the okay, let me pin it. Hi guys, thank you for joining. Hi Utmost, thanks. Thank you for joining. So we're discussing leveraging on relationships. So let me quickly put that down. Are you leveraging on your relationships? On your relationships. Okay. So this is a very serious topic that we need to take note of. So today's topic is, are we leveraging on our relationships? You know, if you're a business person or hi, Mild Signature, thank you for joining. Okay, so if you are a business person or an intending business owner, your business is actually built around relationships. Did you actually watch our first episode on how to build relationships with people, leveling higher, leveling up, checking your circle of friends, making sure that you're in the right circle of friends. So today we are discussing leveraging relationships. What do I mean by that? Do you know that we all have connections, one way or the other? No, do you know that? Do you realize? Have you ever thought about it? That we all have connections. Hi. Thank you for joining us. Do you realize that we all have connections? Think about it. I'll give you instances, or I'll point out what I mean by this. Now, I'm sure that if you look within your circle of friends, or if you scroll through your what's it called? Your phone, your contacts list, you will realize that this is something, this is a secret. Well, I'm letting it out now. This is something I have always done, in the past, and it has helped me. So if you scroll through your contacts list, go through your phone contacts, and look at all the names you have on your phone one by one, you realize that one person knows somebody you have been trying to reach. Another person knows another person that you have been trying to reach. Let's take, for instance, you're trying to reach a celebrity now. If you go through your phone, I'm sure no matter how bad your circle of friends is, by the time you scroll through your list, your contacts, you will find out that you will realize that a lot of people know some people that you don't know. They have access to those people, but you don't have direct access to them. Are you feeling me now? Please drop your questions or leave your comments and whatever right there. You realize that some of your friends actually have, that connection to help you, take your business to the next level. So, and that has always worked for me when I was a banker. It has always worked for me. Thank you so much for joining, guys. I remember when I first got the job at the bank, the first time I was given a target I'm like, where do I get this kind of money from? It's like asking you to bring $1 billion. Not $1 million. It's like asking you to bring $1 billion and your job is on the line. If you're unable to get that money, that's your target. That's your monthly target. And you're thinking, where do I get this money from? Are you guys expecting me to go and get a gun or something, or to go and rob people or something? Thank you, Mild Signature. And then, at that point, I sat down. The only problem I have right now is time. The only constraints that I have right now is time. If I can, because I have a lot of, things lined up in my schedule. Well, if I have enough time to do my research and think, you have that solitary time to actually strategize. So what I did was, when I got my first target, I was like, where in the world am I meant to find this money? To put it in terms in terms that you would understand, it's like bringing $1 billion. I'm not saying $1 million, or let me just say $100 million, and you have to bring that money in a month. And by the middle of the month, you're already thinking, yeah, I'm dead. I don't even have half a cent of, $1 million. I don't even have a quarter of $1 million. I can't even say this is the percentage I've met, this is what I've met out of my targets. And you're thinking, and guess what I did? After I thought about it, I'm like, okay. It's possible. People are meeting these targets. Now, go and think. So you know what I did? I went straight into my contacts list. I went straight to my contacts list. And guess who I thought about? My mom. Yes, my mother. I just said, mommy, my mom has a lot of people in high places. My mom has a lot of cousins that are well connected. My mom has sisters, that are, politicians, married to politicians, And I'm like, okay, mommy, my own mom. And that's it. And I called her and I said, mommy, it don't happen, no, please, I need your help. And she would say, she was like, I don't know anybody. I said, no, mommy, you know people. How about your sister in this place, your cousin in this place, I started pointing and she was like, oh, okay, yeah. And she has direct access to all these people. And that's how I took their numbers. I got their numbers from my mom. And I started calling them one by one. I introduced myself. Hi, my name is Miriam, daughter of Alaja, blah, 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 I introduced myself and, and guess what? The money started coming in. It started coming in. So when I thought about leverage, are we leveraging on our relationships? Trust me, that person that knows this person, that knows this person, that knows somebody you have been trying to reach. It is true. In fact, social media has even made it very easy. Thank you. You love my outfits. Social media has made it so easy. You can find mutual friends. People are mutual friends with, let's say, for instance, if you're from Nigeria, you have friends that are mutual friends with Alicia Keys. Yes, check. And you just send a DM. Hi, what's up? I'm trying to launch these new products. Alpha, can we discuss? Let's do collaboration or something. And I'm like, there's a whole lot that we can achieve if we leverage on the relationships that we have, on the current relationships that we have. Okay, let's even assume that the person in question is not even my mom. Let's assume it's just a friend on Instagram. Are you building that relationship with that person such that you can easily call the person when you need, referrals or something, or you need help, or you need the person to connect you to somebody that the person knows, So are you building that relationship with that person that that knows who is who? When I started my YouTube channel, I thought about collaborating with well-known YouTubers. And I'm like, okay, do I know any? And I sat down. I started thinking, do I know anybody? Has anybody told me? Do I know? And then I thought about our old landlady when we first moved to the US. We lived in somewhere here in San Jose as well. And I remember her telling us that her niece is a YouTuber and she's a celebrity. Like, she's a big time YouTuber. And guess what? My next port of call is to get in touch with her and find out how she can thank you, Steven School. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. And I found out how I can reach her, so that she can give me her niece's contact and we can do some collaborations together. Thank you for joining, guys. So please feel free to put your questions in the question, but I want this to be as interactive as possible. Feel free to also suggest, I'm open to suggestions and so really, if you look inwards, if you look at your contacts, you will realize that you actually have people who can who can help you, Yeah, people that, hi, Mr. Adrian, we're discussing leveraging on our relationships, So it's easier that way when you build relationships with people, people that you're already friends with, people that you already know, and you can easily call them for whatever it is. So if you have that friend that you have not reached in 1 year, I think you should start calling them. Call your friends, check with them from time to time, find out how they are doing. Even if you do business, you don't just do business and then bye. I still reach out to my clients. I still check on them. How are you doing? In fact, I send them prayers every month. Up before I started my Facebook group. I send prayers to all of my clients every month to let them know I'm thinking about them. Once it's first of the month, it's crazy. I know it's hectic. Reaching to all of those large numbers. But I made it. I was committed to it. I would send them messages every month. I'll pray for them. I wish you all the very best this month. I pray this month, is a fruitful one for you. I pray your dreams come true. I pray, So you reach out to those people that you've had contacts with. Don't let people that you once had the opportunity to interact with, to build a relationship. Don't let them now be far away. Like it now becomes, oh, if I call this person, when they feel it's been a while, start building those relationships now. Leverage on the relationships that you have now. Trust me, they can take you to places. Yesterday I prayed a prayer on my Instagram page. I said, God bless people who mention our names in rooms filled with opportunity. Let's assume that you're a makeup artist now and there's a big gig, and I'm there, I happen to be there, and you're my friend. I know you're a makeup artist or something. When they're, hi, boss lady, thank you for joining. And I'm right there. Trust me, I would recommend you. Oh, I have this person, she's very good, her work is good, I can attest to that. Mention those people. And the same thing goes with them, for you as well. If they're in a place, maybe they're in a gathering, maybe there's a big project, and they're maybe there's a music video or a movie, and they are looking to cast their crew. They are looking to get clothes made for their crew. They're looking for designers to make special outfits for them. Somebody can easily say, oh, I know Chances everything. You can contact her. That's how people grow. That's how people, thank you so much for joining. That's how people actually get those connections. It's not like they had it ready-made. They know all these people right before this. No. Right before they started their businesses. No. When you build that relationship that you already have, you don't just go to people when you need help. You connect with them from time to time, talk to them, you ask how they are doing, how are they coping in this lockdown period. I'm sure a lot of people, but maybe while they are listening to this, they'll realize that they have not even spoken to a lot of their friends in a long time. Trust me, I have a crazy busy schedule. Like my day ends at least 3 a.m. every day. 3 a.m., 4 a.m. or 4:30 sometimes, or even above that. And I still get that time. I still find that time to connect with my friends, to ask how they are doing. At least I contact at least 3 to 5 of my friends every day. Find out how they are doing. It's not when you just need them. Yes, now is the perfect time, the Diamond Lifestyle blog. This is the perfect time to catch up with people. Call them, chat up with, because you never know opportunities that abound. There are people that you will call and they'll say, oh, somebody asked me for your service. I forgot. Okay, so I'll follow up now. I'll give them your contact. Why? Just because you checked on them. Check on your friends. Sister Michelle, thank you for joining. And I'll address the question you asked this morning when I asked, are you leveraging on relationships? This morning she asked if, when does it get to a point that you're disturbing people? Like, can you repeat that question? Like, how do you draw a line, between leveraging on people, on your relationships, and using people? That's a very wonderful question. Now, you're calling somebody, you don't know how they're doing, you're finding out, oh, how are you? How have you been? Not until they put up a post on social media, and they probably say, oh, I lost maybe an uncle or grandma or something, before you check with them. Just randomly check on your friends. Yes. Randomly check on you. When your friends, they know that, okay, she called me yesterday, okay, she called me last week, or we still spoke 2 weeks ago, we still spoke last week, and you call them that, oh, please, I need you to help me talk to this person. Now, it doesn't look like you're using them, because you have been checking up on them. You've had, you don't just wake up from the blues after 2 years and say, oh, hello, hey, babes, I need this. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to build that relationship to be able to leverage on it. So let me know if this answers your question. Yes, that is when you're able to draw the line to say, okay, I'm not, the person won't even feel used. By the time you check on those people, day in, day out, maybe once weekly or once every 2 weeks, once every fortnight, just check on people. Inbox them. How are you doing? Hi, Kirsty. Thank you for joining us. So today's topic is: are you leveraging on your relationships? And the truth is, we actually know more people than we relate with on a daily basis. We know more people, but we don't know. So it's best we start cultivating those relationships that we have right now. We start checking up on our friends, regularly. So no man is an island. We all need people at some point at one point or the other. We need people, and then when we surround ourselves with great people, we will do great things. So we all need to be there for each, and the same thing goes to when your friend calls you. Let's say you missed their call, please call them back. Or you send a text message. You don't just ignore the call. Let them know that you value them. When people send you DMs, honor them. Okay, what about when it's time for a relationship to end? It may not be serving you anymore, or it gets to be one-sided. When it's time for a relationship to end, what you can do is still don't burn bridges, because you never know when you need these people again. Just send periodic messages, genuine periodic messages. It could be festive periods, Easter celebration, Christmas celebrations. Don't burn those bridges, because you never know. Trust me. So just send a message. It could be once a quarter. Once a quarter is better than not even reaching out to them at all. That's when the feeling of being used might come in. Even though you're done, because you don't know when you will need them again. Don't burn those bridges. I hope that answers your question. Diamond Lifestyle Blog. So guys, the truth is we have more connections than we actually know. And how do we even begin to leverage now? Yeah. Thank you. Welcome, sis. Network online and offline. Instagram is there, Facebook is there. Add them, comment on their pages. Before you know it, you're friends. Before you know it, you become Instagram buddies. I have a number of Instagram buddies. Right now. We comment on each other's pages. Hi, Marvin. We comment on each other's pages. We support each other. I repost when I have that time. I repost for them. I celebrate them. I put them on my stories. I try to support in any way, and I ask, how can I support you today? I think it's always good to be ready to serve, so that you will be served in return. So always, thank you, Marvin. So always be ready and be willing to serve, so that you'll be served in return. So do your research and determine exactly who you want to meet. Start doing your research. I want to meet this person. I need this person for this thing. You add them. You start by adding them, like their posts, be frequent on their pages, repost their stories, and before you know it, you will build a relationship that looks like you've known each other for 20 years. I met a lady sometime last month. I needed help. It was in the group. I needed help, and she responded. I still didn't I couldn't fix it, and then I asked again. It looked like I was disturbing, but she gladly responded, and she put me through, and I'm like, oh my goodness, thank you so much. And today we are best of friends. When we talk like we've known each other for 20 years. But we just met last month. And right now, Marvin, right now, I can easily call her, thank you, Marvin. Right now, I can easily call her and ask her, oh, can you help me do this? She won't say no. And the same thing goes with her. She can easily call me and say, can you do this? And I will gladly, even if it's not convenient. That is what friendships are for. When you go out of your way to help them, to help someone. Trust me, one day you will need help, and they will run miles to help you. They are willing to run miles, to walk, to go the extra length for you, because they know that you do it as well for them. Thank you, Marvin. They know you do the same thing for them. So please, relationships, friendships is not one-sided. It's not meant to be one-sided. Keep on nurturing that relationship, with your friends. Make sure you're there for them. Return their calls, call them, send them periodic messages, so that when you need their help, it won't look like you're a user. It won't look like, this one won't even check on somebody. It's only when they need help that they call you. Don't make it look like, don't even give them an iota of, that's hi, officer, thank you for joining us. Don't give them that feeling in any way. Don't let them feel that way. Don't let them feel used for any reason. And communicate every single time. So apart from this, if not for the lockdown, you can actually leverage on going to conferences, workshops, to meet people, association meetings, to meet people. I remember when I first moved here, in California, when we moved from Texas to California, I signed up for on meetups, and I used to go for women entrepreneurs meeting, at Hilton Hotel, kind of close by here. And I used to go for those meetings, So, and before you know it, you meet this person, you meet that person, you exchange complimentary cards, and whenever they are in rooms filled with opportunities, they can easily mention you and say, oh, I have this person's card. Please, you can call her. She can, she will be of service to you. So you have to, be ready to go to those places, meetups. There are lots of webinars today. You can sign up even on meetups. There's virtual meetups everywhere. Hi Sammy, thank you for joining us. So trade shows, conferences, association meetings are great places, where you have in-person, connections. One more thing, join Facebook groups. You'll be surprised. Trust me, you'll be shocked, and how you meet people that would help you. Have burning questions. By the way, I have a Facebook group. It's called Business Moguls, and I have the link in my bio. Feel free to join the group. We help to motivate and encourage business people to take their dreams and their businesses to the next level. We're all growing businesses, so we help to kind of like ginger everyone here that don't slack, don't sleep. And then we share our stories, we share our success stories, and we share tips on how we don't hoard information. We don't hoard information. So if you have any question pertaining to your business or anything at all in any aspect, feel free, send in those questions and I will approve them. My Facebook group name is Business Moguls, and there are so many other Facebook groups that you can join, that would cater for your niche, whatever business that you are into. If you're a content creator, if you're a designer, if you're an artist, anything at all, if you're into photography, there's so many groups on Facebook that will help you. So please, and if you're a frequent contributor in that group, you easily get feedbacks, responses, and what have you. So hi, thank you for joining. So I'm sure you have that one friend that knows this person, that knows that person, that you can ask, provided you have built your relationship with that person over time. And it's not a one-sided, and it's not only when you need help that you call these people. try as much as possible to reach out to them, weekly, every 2 weeks, and like that. That's how you gain you get your connections. And let me bust your bubble. When I was still working at the bank, I when the targets got crazier, super crazy, I'm like, okay, we need to start getting these artists. We need to start getting, to Two-Face, to Davido, and I was like, okay, so how do I get to Davido? That's how you narrow down. And you find out that you know these people, but you don't know that you know them. Because you know people that know these people. So I recall my mom. I recall my mom saying, her friend's son, is friends with Davido. And I'm like, okay. So I called my mom. I said, Mommy, your friend, can I get her son's number? And that was how, I got direct contact to his son. And we got together. Like, we had a meeting in Lekki. I went with a colleague of mine, and, she was still like, what's going on? Like, that's why you don't look down on anybody. Don't look down on anybody. She was like, people, sometimes, some people, great people appear in small packages. You don't know. You never know. And then guess what? The very next day, she came knocking on my cubicle, at the bank. And she was saying, hey, Miriam, your friend, guess what happened today? I said, what happened? She said she went on Instagram, and she went on Davido's page on Instagram. And the guy that I took her to see the previous day, Davido was showing the guy off on his page. Like, it wasn't the other way around. The guy was not showing Davido off. Davido was showing him off on his page. He said, I'm chilling with my main man. His name is Olab. You can check. He's my friend on Instagram. So she was like, let's go back. I said, but you had the opportunity yesterday now. You were for me. So, well, actually, we went back. So that's how it is. That one person that knows, Mr. Dr. Kenny. Thank you for joining us. You know that one person that knows that person that knows that person that you know. And then you have to, that is where building your relationship with the people that you know goes a long way. So that it doesn't look like it's only when you need them that you're calling them. It's only when this one needs people that she calls. No. Always reach out to your friends, Practice considerate communication. That's the second tip I'm giving now. Practice considerate communication. The person you've been trying to meet, you finally met the person, offline or online, find out what medium of communication the person prefers. Some people don't like being called on the phone. Some people just don't dig phone calls. Sorry, I need to drink some water. So find out how your prospect likes to communicate and honor that. Sorry. So if they use Gmail or they use Facebook, if they like to be just chat them, if that's the medium they prefer. Because some people don't like to be bugged or called, anytime, just like that. Just email them or something, And trust me, if you can also speak their language, it's a bonus for you. If you can speak the language of these people, it is a bonus for you. So find out how you can communicate, effectively with these people. Be it phone call, be it email or chat. Some people are just comfortable with you just chatting them and not calling them. Find out what works best. And like I said, speaking the same language. Let's assume the person is partly from Kenya and the person speaks Kiswahili and you happen to understand. Start speaking in Kiswahili. Or the person is from Nigeria, or the person speaks Yoruba. Start, speaking in Yoruba. Start communicating with the person in Yoruba. So these are ways by which you can, strengthen your relationship with people and leverage your relationship with people. Please put in questions. If you have questions, drop your questions, and I'll be sure to look into them. Let's tackle these things. So trust me, you have more connections than you are currently leveraging on. You have more connections than you think. You do. If you look at your contacts lists, you know people. I can assure you. And that's the same thing that worked for me when I was in the university. For my first degree. When I was studying my first degree. For my first degree, economics at Obafemi University. I was the vice president of economics department, and it was a lot of responsibility. There was a lot of responsibilities on my head. There's this LQED program that we organize every year. By every set of exco, we organize leadership qualities and entrepreneurial development workshop. So every year the excos strive to do a better job than the previous excos. So when it was our turn, we're like, I don't know anybody. That's where I started thinking outside the box. I don't know anybody. Who do I call? How do I, because we did it, and we had a meeting, and the people were calling big names. Sorry, the official actually lost. Sorry, you'll be fine. Trust me, it's just a matter of time. So we were in the room, and then they were calling names. They said, okay, let's invite the governor of CBN. Somebody said, okay, let's invite deputy governor. Okay, let's invite Dr. Ben Bruce. Let's invite. They were mentioning greats, the GG of Nigerian Stock Exchange. They were mentioning names in the room, and we were like, okay, how do we get in touch with these people? And trust me, it goes beyond just looking for their numbers in newspaper and calling. They will treat your proposal like every other one. They will just dump it in the trash. You will never get to them. I'll share the story of how I met Dr. Bruce in person. It was very random. Very, very random. But I'll share the story some other time. And it also boils down to not, it boils down to being humble. Regardless of wherever you find yourself, whatever position you get to, just be humble. Don't start acting like you have reached. Even if you have reached, don't act like you're on everybody's heads, or you're walking on their heads or something. So I'll share the story another time. It was just an invite that I honored, that opened door for me. Because I'm like, what if I did not honor the invite? What if I was feeling, I'm the vice president, I shouldn't? No. And that was the door. That was what opened doors for us. So get strategically social. Find out where these people like to hang out, even on social media. Find out which blog, where do they usually go, comment and all of that. Where will you easily find them? So connect with them in a way that is conducive for their social lifestyle. Then honor their wins. That's another thing. When you hear that they've achieved a feat or done something wonderful, be the first to congratulate them. Be the first person to say, oh, I heard about this, I pray, you pray for them, congratulate them. You don't ignore these people and wait until you need them before you call them. No, that's not a good way to leverage on your relationships. Be the first to congratulate them, on their success, no matter how small. A simple email or a text message will do a lot of wonders. Trust me. So get into the habit of cultivating your relationships with these people. Get into that habit of cultivating your relationships with people. Whether offline or online. Cultivate that relationships, and trust me. Cultivate a relationship, and trust me, you would go farther than you currently have gone. You will go far, definitely. So I'm imploring you guys, go into your contacts lists, find out, start looking, start analyzing each of your contacts. Okay, this person knows this person has mentioned this person before, this person has mentioned, And when I was in the bank, I realized that I had a colleague that had an aunt that is close to a Nigerian celebrity, a big celebrity, Funke Akindele. And trust me, if I wanted to meet her, very easy. I would just call her, can we go see your auntie? And then we see her auntie. I build a very good relationship with her auntie. And then, and that's how I'm going to meet her. It's as simple as that. But most people just, yes, Kenny Harmony, you have a lot of look into your contacts. Look into those contacts. I am very sure. I am super sure that, you will have one or two people that can help you, that can move your brand or move you to the next level. So check on them often. Don't only call them when you need them. Like I said, I used to, hi Faith, thank you for joining. Like I said, I used to send monthly prayer messages to all of my clients and all of my friends, like all of my friends every month, or until I started my Facebook group. So it's exhausting, really, but trust me, it's really worth it. It's worth it. So let me also share the I remember when I was giving crazy targets, targets to meet crazy sales targets. I worked at the exclusive as an exclusive banker, as an affluent banker, and I catered for only the high net worth individuals. So if you don't have up to 1 million, you can't bank with me. So when I was first moved to that unit, I'm like, how do I get people with 1 million? And they will give you lots of, before I left, they gave us target of 40 people. You have to get 40 every month. Like you have to add 40 more people into your own cabal. So I was like, okay, how do I do it? And it all started from one kind gesture, just a kind gesture. The clients walked into he's not a client, he walked into the bank, to the branch, and a colleague of mine who was a PBO at the time told me personal banking officer, she told me to please stand in for her. She was going for lunch upstairs. And I said, okay, that's fine, because I've worked as a PBO before, so I know how to, I can attend to all the customers who comes, to the complaints desk. So this man walked in, and it was almost closing time. It was almost 4 p.m. And guess what? I helped him with what he came for. He came to do a transaction and it was hanging. So we had to contact head office, ask them to sort this out for him. And this man came after I helped him. He said, tell me what you want me to do for you and I will do it. Just from one kind gesture. And I was like, okay. Then I haven't, I don't have a single client yet, a single exclusive customer yet, And then the man said, what do you want me to do for you? And I will do it. And guess what? I said, sir, okay, just open an exclusive account. And the man said, is that all? I said, yes, sir, that's all. He said, are you sure? I said, yes, sir, that's all. Maybe he was expecting you to ask for. I just said, open. It will help my KPI, my key performance indicator at the bank. And the guy said, okay, get me a form. And he filled the form right there, instantly. He filled the form. It didn't end there. This man gave me at least 10 contacts. And guess what? From his 10 contacts, one of the contacts that he gave to me, Mrs. Ayoka, she gave me 20 more contacts. And that's it. From one simple, kind gesture. Now, from assisting my colleague, stand in to work while she goes upstairs to have lunch, to assisting a client, even though it's past work hours, it was already past 4 p.m., going out of my way to assist him to sort out his problem. And then from there, the man gave me at least 10 contacts. And then from the 10 contacts, one of them, Mrs. Ayoka, she gave me 20 more contacts. And like that, he gave me extra, they just kept giving me, I don't know, they just like me. Because I'm free with them, I talk to them, it goes beyond just, okay, fill this form, okay, I'm done, bye, good night. No, I check on my clients. I send them messages every month. hello ma, how are you doing? How is your daughter? How is your son? If anybody complains that they were sick or something, I will check on them. How are you feeling? Are you better now? You find out how they are doing. You don't just leave your clients. You don't just leave them hanging or they're done, they've paid you and that's no. Because you never know where opportunities will come. You don't know if they will be in rooms filled with opportunities where they will mention your name. They will mention your name and refer you. And that's it. That's all you need. All you need is just one great referral. All you need is just that one person and you will blow. I'm telling you. One lady shared her story of how she, from being zero, nobody knew her, and then all of a sudden, she became a celebrity overnight. She's a designer, by the way. She shared her story. Hi, thank you for joining. Olawumi, Jadisola, and Don Prince. Thank you for joining. She shared her story of how somebody mentioned her name in front of a very popular politician back in Nigeria. I don't want to mention her name. Mentioned her name, and it was some people would decode this. It was her son's wedding, and then the lady ordered the outfits from her, ordered the fabrics rather from her, and each of the fabrics at that time was about $1,500. And guess what? This politician lady, she gave it to all her guests for free. One fabric, $1,500. According to her, she said the woman ordered over 300 pieces of that fabric from her, and she distributed it for free. So imagine the kind of mad money that she made, So if she had not been good to the person that mentioned her name in rooms filled with opportunity, do you think she would have called her? She would have called someone else, or the person would have referred someone else. So leverage on your relationships, call those friends. I assure you, you know more people than you think. You are well connected. We all have connections. That's the first thing I said when I started this live session. You have more connections than you know. So please feel free to drop your questions, ask your questions right there. So talking about when the man gave me 10 contacts, I did not stop communicating with him because, okay, he already gave me 10 contacts, I can move on, I can leave him. No, I still talk to him till today. I still talk to a lot of my old clients from the bar. I still relate with them. In fact, one of them we do a lot of business together. A lot of businesses together. So do not burn those bridges. Do not throw away those relationships. Don't trash them, even when you're done with the project. Don't. You call them, send them messages periodically. Somebody was saying when how do you draw a line between from being from using people and becoming how do you draw that line? And I already explained. Just message them periodically. Even if it's for Christmas or Easter, Salah, So please look into those relationships. Look inwards. Look into your contacts lists. You'll be surprised. Don't wait until you see me taking pictures with Beyonce. Don't wait until you see me taking pictures with Kevin Hart. I like Kevin Hart a lot, because the guy is very hardworking. He reminds me every single time that you should get to work. Don't wait until you see me, before you say, can you? No, you have to build that relationship to get to a point where you're comfortable, asking for help. You can't just ask for help from the blues. I shared the story of how I was able to reach out to my mom. Now, if my mom had not cultivated a good relationship with her friend, she can't just message her from the blues now and say, okay, help my daughter, she's a banker, she needs to meet your son, she knows, he knows Davido and all of that. No. So that is where you have to, thank you, Kenny, you're so blessed. Yeah, thank you, you're welcome. So you have to cultivate that relationship. Cultivate that relationship, every single relationship that you have, every one of them. Far or near, I still contact my friends back home in Nigeria. I can't say because I moved here I should. No, because you never know. And I still do businesses back there too. So you may need someone that can help, that you need to pick up a package for you or drop a package for you or pick, So you just never know. So hold on tight to your relationships, to your friends, call them, check on them often from time to time. If you hear that they are passing through something, check on them. Find out how they are doing. Check again to see, okay, have you gotten through this thing? I'm praying for you. I just want you to know that you're in my thoughts and my prayers and all of that. So trust me, you have more people, more people than you actually connect with at the moment. So I'll leave you with this. One customer that is well taken care of is more valuable than $10,000 worth of advertising. One client that is well taken care of is more valuable than $10,000 worth of advertising. Why? Because you are going to leverage on that person's relationship, on your relationship with that person. Imagine if you have a friend who is close to maybe you're trying to secure a contract somewhere or something, and you have a friend that is close to the person that actually needs the services. They will just refer you. This one is a done deal. It's not, they don't need to interview you. So you leverage on your relationship with that person, and you're able to get to where you want to go. So I hope you have enjoyed this session. We have come to the end of today's Wednesday Give Back Life Transformation series. And if you have questions, feel free. I will be dropping this video on YouTube later today. So let me know if you have any questions, or if this video has blessed you. Let me know if you're able to start leveraging on your relationships. Just let me know. You can come back and watch this video and tell me how much you're able to, how better you have started building your relationships to be able to leverage on your relationships. Thank you so much for joining, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and refer your friends as well. Thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Yes, I'll be going live again today with Sheilene. So please join me as I go live again in the next 1.5 hours. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye.